So we have another update from Wallcraft. Wallcraft has blessed us with pictures of Northrend. Northrend? I thought this is a vanilla server. It is, but because Northrend is part of the original world and it's part of Warcraft 3, it will be accessible on his server. However, it's not going to be the same as Wrath of the Lich King. It's just going to be a zone you can visit. Now, it's not going to be a leveling zone. It is going to be a fully endgame post-Naxxramas zone with hardcore features is the best way to put it. This is not going to be you can go visit Northrend and check it out, walk around. If you go there, you're going to die, and unfortunately he's put permadeath in Northrend. Now, I'm not too keen on the permadeath, but I'm going to read out what he says here. So, while I'm talking, you're going to see some screenshots flipping of the pictures he's provided. So, it's from the Alpha Wrath of the Lich King client. He says he's managed to make them work on the original vanilla 1.12 client. He had to import it all in. It took over a terabyte of data basically to import it in. Now, because it is from the alpha Wrath of Lich King, it's not as polished as it was when Wrath of Lich King came out, but that's completely fine. It kind of fits the, vanilla theme. He also says that, Alpha Northrend will be an extremely hostile and dangerous zone which will feature permadeath mechanics while there. Essentially, if you die in Northrend, you're raised under the control of the Lich King as a member of the Scourge. Northrend will only be accessible by ship and will require you to have completed Naxxramas in order to gain the Frozen Heart passive, which grants you protection against the unnatural cold. Without this aura, you will be severely weakened quickly while in Northrend and be easily slain. Northrend will contain the most comprehensive and groundbreaking materials, but the cost of venturing there could mean your very soul, with enemies and bosses that will present a grave challenge. So, that's basically what he says about Northrend, that it's going to be a endgame hardcore zone that will feature permadeath. Now, from what I remember him saying during our Q&A, which, by the way, check out the Q&A, it's about 2 hours long of going deep into the systems of his server. From what he said, there will be ways that you can change your race into another race. One of them he said was going to be like skeleton or scourge or something like that, and when he was talking about that, he was talking mostly about, in Lordaeron, you would stay in Lordaeron and basically roleplay as a Scourge or an Undead or whatever. This sounds the exact same way of what he's talking about, only it would be in Northrend. So if you die in Northrend, your character would basically raise up and become a skeleton or a zombie or a whatever creature. You can still kind of play the character, but it will be completely different than the character you leveled all the way up until Naxxramas. And at that point, you're just role-playing as a skeleton in Northrend. So, it's kind of hit or miss. I kind of like the idea of having to complete Naxxramas to gain a buff because of the cold debuff and how it's, very harsh and dangerous. I like that. Not so much on the permadeath thing. The role-playing as a Scourge is very interesting. I just wish there was other ways of doing that, but that's just my opinion on that. And plus, this is still early in development. He could change, he could not, he could even add more BS to the Northrend. So, we'll have to wait and see. Now, from what it looks like, the open alpha, which the alpha has been open for a year for anyone to just jump in and play at whatever time, get boost, get free character, or free items and whatever, that all is going to end at the end of this year, and he will be opening up a beta, which will have no boosting, no giving away of items, and you will have to start from level 1 and level in order to completely test out every single system from 1 to 60. So the beta shall be pretty much all of next year, and he's saying at the end of next year he plans a full launch of his server, and he still has a lot more systems to add and refine and polish and all that kind of stuff, which we've seen from playing his server. But anyway, that is just going to be the end of my video. Quick little video showing you the new Northrend and what kind of stuff we're going to be seeing in Northrend. I think he's planning a full-on, like, deep dive into it really soon. This was just a teaser of what the next content patch is going to be for his server. And anyway, if you want to see more news, updates, gameplay for Wallcraft, including other private servers like Project Deepak, Azeroth at War, Dusk Cave, and Turtle WoW, and more, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.